Hello, good morning, good morning. I'm here for a very quick morning shot just to keep the flag burning, keep the fire on, keep the kettle. We're going to drink tea. Yes, this is Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is the show where we actually talk about what. Let me put it this way: we review the Nigerian newspapers. What is in there is what is happening to us or what is happening among us. So I define this show as as a show where we talk to each other about ourselves. Of course, that is the essence of television, and that is what we're going to do today. We'll be looking at a very critical issue. I know nobody want to talk about, but it's destroying us, and perhaps if we don't take time, it can be a problem, a bigger one. We'll be looking at the issue of poverty in Nigeria. Now, I'm not going to lay blames today, but I'm going to try and as much as possible look at what we all can do at this critical stage to save a great nation. You know, sometimes people go to church and they forget why they are there. So let us understand that for us to be able to fight ourselves out of the predicament some of us put us, let me put it that way, we need to understand the value of Nigeria. And I'm going to do that perhaps on Friday, which is tomorrow, which is going to be my last show before the Nigerian week. And hopefully I'll have one or two persons among the guests to be here with me to talk about the show. Or they will join me. They're already in London, and that is it. So it's a week, very difficult. I just managed to get in here to have this little chat with you all. But it's too important not to talk about this difficult issue. That's why I'm here this morning. Otherwise, I would say, okay, let the wake up show begins after the Nigerian week. But we cannot afford to do that. Let us look quickly at the issue of poverty. And I'm not going to waste time, like I promised. I can see what we have managed to do to a great nation. And that is something I want us to all ask ourselves today, if this is what we think is right for us as a people. Like I said, the topic is poverty. Poverty. What is poverty? What do you understand by poverty? You know, a few days ago, the federal government of Nigeria struck a deal with the labor on an agreement that I call it a covenant. That because a covenant, I use the word covenant because I want to see what happened between God and man. A covenant. We agree that this is what we're going to do and their terms and conditions. Federal government agreed to be paying minimum of 70,000 naira. Now, a question I want to ask the government is, does that make the people poor or not? Because if they are in poverty, then you agree that we are living in a poor country. I'm not going to, because if I say Nigeria is poor, everybody will get upset. No. So if you're saying that 70,000 naira is your minimum wage, then you are by implication saying that we are poor people. Perhaps we are poor people living in a rich nation. Where or how did we get here? First, that is the question you're asking yourself, and I'll be asking myself the same thing today. How did we get here? For us to understand this a little bit, I bring in a little bit of quote, and which I think we need to consider. The first one I put on the stage is this morning, is this one. And I think it should be full screen. Say, poverty is a weapon of mass destruction. Joblessness is a weapon of mass destruction. Homelessness is a weapon of mass destruction. Racism is a weapon of mass destruction. I can't even pronounce the destruction anymore. Fear is a weapon of mass destruction. We must disarm these weapons and renew our commitment to quality to public schools and dedicated teachers and good housing and quality healthcare and decent job and stronger neighborhood. This is the word of Dennis. Do you agree? Becky? As I'm going to look into this matter today, I'm going to take my time to a little bit look at that. Maybe if we understand it from this context, that when you keep people poor, it's not just say they cannot feed. You're destroying them. You're destroying a nation. It's massive. The SS word, mass destruction, it is massive. The destruction is massive. Is that the way to go, Nigeria? I choose not to talk much this morning because I'm not in the right state of mind to do so. But this is a difficult topic. How did we get here? Perhaps the question I ask you is, how do we get out of this? He proposed a solution right here. Now there's a solution to it. And that's why he went further to say that if our public service, healthcare, and all that, there's job, then that's the way. I want to take a look at another one. This is the word of, no, I'm not talking of Jeff Kennedy, just ignore that. That is a slide under it. I'll take that out first because that could be misleading this morning. All right, let's look at what is Malala said. He said education is the best weapon through which we can fight poverty, ignorance, and terrorism. The question is, do you agree or not? It's going to be up to us now to choose which path we want to follow. I've chosen to follow the way of the Lord, and that's why I'm here this morning crying, like John the Baptist crying in the wilderness, saying to Nigerians, we're killing ourselves with poverty. And why it is painful is Nigeria is a rich nation. So we are poor people living in a rich nation. I wish the president can understand this and don't get emotional about it. Mr. President, you are saying you're going to pay people 40,000 naira as minimum wage. The question I ask you, sir, is will that money feed a home? The answer is no. Can that money provide accommodation for Nigerians? The answer is no. Can that money send a child to school? The answer is no. If you say no to all this, what are you saying? Now, I appreciate one thing very clear, people, that we don't have the money to pay. I know many times when I say this, people hate me and they say, no, the government have money. I don't think you have the money to pay, Mr. President. Mr. Governor, I don't think you have the money to pay. Because only a wicked man will stop. In fact, I don't see you as an infidel because only an infidel will not feed his child. I know you're not wicked not to want to feed us. You may be reckless, but wickedness I want to take out of it. Because I look at President Tinubu and I see how much this man wants to succeed. In fact, it will go down in history that you are the president that saved a dying nation. President, I want you to take. I know many people will shout at you today. They'll tell you, let's go and kill that man. But I want you to take of yourself, not them. Their name is not on the ballot. They are not the one. They are not the president. I am not the president. President Ahmed Tinubu is the president of Nigeria as at today. If there's a turnaround in the future, in the fortune of Nigeria, the credit is yours. How about that? That is bigger than any other meal you can ever take. It will be bigger, it is sweeter than every woman you ever slept with. It will be sweeter than, how will I describe it? The most gratifying thing on earth will be if you are remembered as the president that saved a nation. That's why the Bible said, Kai, President, listen to me, man shall not live by bread alone. And then the people go, I read the Bible, I don't understand you guys. Maybe I'm 57 years old, I'm having my own swag to every portion of the Bible. My understanding of it is food. I just took some granite and water this morning but this is the food of the body. My soul need praise. I'm like, God, my spirit need to dance to be happy. If before I come on this show, somebody gave me good music, wake up this morning, play good music. You see your spirit dancing. You don't have to be happy. You don't need to be in the mood. The music will put you in that state. That is the feeding of the spirit. If you want to see spirit dancing, give them music. If you want to see your soul well fed, let it have praises. Tinubu, you need praises. While you're here and while you're gone. Because the body will die and go. So the food we eat will no more be important. But what will still be important to us when we are no more physically here is the feeding of our spirit and our soul. Most importantly, that of our soul. So when they say, what would you want to be remembered for? We are not talking of the feeding, the food you need here is the food you need when you're no more on earth. I know it's kind of difficult to analyze it, so I'm not going to waste so much time on it. But I'm just wondering if President Tinubu know what to do and he refused to do it. My people, I will say he doesn't. He's not wicked. Now, Tinubu, the question I ask is this. How can we be living in a rich nation and we are poor people? That is the question. That is a difficult question that may be difficult to answer. How do we approach that? How do we deal with that? We don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. We are poor people living in a great nation. Let me put it this way, sir. Nigerians have it all. In fact, when you look at the amount of mineral deposit God has deposited in the land and put us there and say, till the land. The question is, I'm quoting the Bible, Genesis 2. Have we tilled our land? For those of you now driving helicopters or driving private jets at the expense of others, this you are doing now is for temporary, very short time, because you're going to die soon. And I'm saying this to you, sorry, you're going to die soon. And when you're dead, all those things will be nothing. You're going to throw your bloody body, smelly body into the grave and dump it on the ground. What will be left will be your soul. And if you continue what you're doing now, you're going to perish. Because that's not why God created you. God created you for a better reason. I cannot beg you to be who that God wants you to be. You know your God. Maybe you should wake up in the morning and ask God, why am I here? Why am I in this world? Am I fulfilling it? God, this is between me and you, not anybody else. Do I have a good reason to be here? Those are the things I want you to consider. And when I come to talk about this difficult topic, people hate me. They don't want to know what I'm talking about. But we have only one problem in Nigeria. Understanding that we are destroying what God has created. Because God created Nigeria great. Look at it, Tinubu. I'm talking to my president. God gave you a beautiful land. And I'm happy you said this is a beautiful country. So you're doing all. But sir, you need to listen to God. You've been blessed with a beautiful land and you were giving people, young people, to help you walk on the land. But these people are going to bed hungry. Something is wrong, sir. Perhaps that is the question we should be asking ourselves today. We have a beautiful land. We have young people, able men and women who can cultivate the land. But we are hungry. I'm using it in the simple agricultural terms. I think we can do better. So, and that is why I am here to talk about this little topic of hunger. When you use hunger or poverty as a weapon to destroy your own people, there is destruction ahead of you. And the question is, I'm not a part of this. I'm not one of those that that is using poverty to destroy people. Yeah, God will say we are poor because we lack the capacity and the capability to add value to what God Almighty has placed in our country. I cannot speak the English better than that, Godwin. And that has summarized everything I want to say. We are poor because we lack the capacity, maybe not even the capacity and the capability. No, Godwin. Maybe we lack the when we say know-how, it's capability anyway. We lack the understanding. We lack the will. We lack the weapons. We need to add value to what God has created in our country. It's just a matter of will and a matter of understanding and then making a decision to go for it. It's three things. And God will summarize that as capabilities. And I agree with him. Because that's all we need. Because the country have it all. Everything we're looking for is in Nigeria. Are you looking for oil? Are you looking for gold? Are you looking for the best soil to plant anything on earth? Are you looking for fish? In fact, Nigerians, we don't have shortage of, now that we have ministry of cattle. How do you call it? Livestock. Count it. And do you want to talk about the amount of talent we have? If Nigeria will come out and create an industry called Nollywood from nowhere, look at what the young Nigerian musicians are doing. Have you looked forward to what Nigerian fashion is doing today? These human beings, individuals in Nigeria happens to go and dig out. The government has dig out nothing. The little things we are working, we are praying on, we are living on today is what some people work hard to dig out from our soil. I'll call it from our soil. The president or the Nigerian government have only distributed resources. I can tell you, I know sometimes you ask me, where did oil come from? Oil comes from a particular part of the country, yes. It was white people that helped us discover oil, and they are still taking it away. We don't even know what it is. When they pay us that little thing, that's what we're sharing. You want to go to the back in those days when they colonized us again? Maybe that's what we need. Because if they colonize us today, maybe they would have discovered gold. And they will take it away and be paying us. The way they are receiving money from oil will be receiving from gold. And maybe other minerals. In those days, my people, the reason I'm saying this, for those of you from Enugu State today, do you know why they called it Coal City? Do you know the amount of coal deposited in your land? Do you know the use of coal? Do you know what coal can bring to Nigeria today? The answer is no. Of course, you Enugu State government, all of you in Enugu boys, all you're waiting is for oil money to come your way. Why not? That is how we have reduced ourselves. Our inability to add value to what God has created. Otherwise, God has done it. Tell me which part of the country. Zamfara is the poorest state in Nigeria. But Zamfara is the richest state in Nigeria. Today, Zamfara is the poorest state in Nigeria, but it's the richest. Go and find out what kind of minerals that is deposited in Zamfara state. There is no state in... have you been to Kogi? Kogi, yeah. Kogi is overblessed. That Yahya Bello, the place Yahya Bello destroyed, is overblessed. There's nothing you're looking for that is not in Kogi State. But what are we doing? We're destroying ourselves, my people. And these people you call governors, do not wait for them. They don't know what they're doing. President Tinubu is confused, sir, because you are playing politics with leadership. You have won. You are now president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It is time to lead. And when you lead a people, it is not true that all you're going to do, they're going to praise you. But you must have an agenda, sir. This is where I'm going. And you see, we are all going to perish because you're the one leading us. That is why Nigerians must pay this price and understand that next time we need to vote for somebody who's going to lead us, not somebody who's going to play politics with us. Right now, sir, you're still playing politics. I'd say this, sir, because sometimes when they complain about certain things, you just go and bend it. Oh, you come up, you say, oh, you'll be hearing the story that there's need to remove oil subsidy. Today, the day you enter office, you don't even know what is going on, because you cannot tell me you understand the depth of the Nigerian economy on the first day you enter the office. You made it the first pronunciation, no more oil subsidy. Fine, sir. The money that has come from oil subsidy, what have you done with it? Sir, we've not seen it. Maybe you're doing something great with it. Can you communicate with us? Today, your own people, the people you are governing, they want to go on a protest. They said they didn't say they want to riot, sir. They want to protest. And you're saying they should not protest. Is that not madness? What is protest for you, sir? What is the meaning of protest? These are the things I don't understand. Protest is a way people express themselves. It's not an angry thing. They come out and say to you, maybe, the public cannot every day go out. They don't have newspapers. They are not that the people who can be waking up every morning and be talking trash on Facebook and on YouTube. Some of them don't have that opportunity. They don't even have the time. They go to job. So on a particular day, they pick to come out and talk to us, not only you, Mr. President, that we are not in a good state of mind. If I were you to be you, I'll be taking advantage of the situation just the way the Labour team would have taken advantage of it. Let me start with the Labour. What I would have done with Labour, I say it again and again. I say, oh, guys, you guys want to be more paid. That's fine. I think Nigerians deserve better salary. In fact, 1 million naira is too small to be paid. But right now, everybody need to go. We need to put our sleeves up, pull your shirt, put it up. Me self, I go wear Shonika. Let's go to work. Anybody that is not working will be fired. And those who are working will be well paid. 1 million naira is too small to pay to you. We will achieve it. You cannot tell me that there's miracle in other countries making money and paying themselves that we cannot make the same money and pay ourselves in Nigeria. Who are you kidding? If you don't know what it is to be president, get out of there, sir. But I think you have all the qualities, sir. I don't see it. For me, I see it as arithmetic. I'm hungry with my children. I have everything. I'll go to farm. And there'll be food. There will be food. So what I want to say is, all right, Mary managed to join me. I don't know what's going on in Abuja, but let's just see. Hello, Mary.
Good morning, Daddy Chris.
How are you?
I'm fine.
You have
How
a
are you
different
this morning?
Yeah, you have a different background
Yes.
today. What's going on?
I want to enter through another means.
Okay.
I'll try and rectify it later. It's some technical issues
All right.
and the whole lights.
Well, that is the country we find ourselves. When the government choose to go to bed with lies, and that's what we get. Otherwise, there is no single reason why all the countries, all the money will be selling to people if we want to declare. If the federal government of Nigeria will stop paying, let me put it this way, security vote among themselves for only 2 months, that money will be enough to restore electricity in Nigeria. The amount of money we've spent for nothing, call it nothing, is enough to give us.
But a lot of people are owing them now. The discos, a lot of people are owing them. More especially our government.
Disco is designed to fail. They don't have the resources, maybe. The truth is, they don't have how much electricity are they generating? We are a huge nation. We need to be generating more, and we should have all the infrastructure, Mary. The truth is, some people playing politics with it. Of course, the governors and the president and the legislature do not see anything wrong paying themselves that huge amount of money as security vote, while the others are suffering. There's some people in the country who see no reason. They are thieves. They stole the money. They are using private jet. There's no good reason for that. But there's no problem. They work their money, right? It's only that the Chris that didn't work his money. You people are out of mind there. So many people are sick in the country. The leadership is where we have problem, Mary. And I cannot see why President Tinubu continue to play politics as a president. It's time for him to rule. He's dancing to every little thing they say. a strong leader. At the point in time we say, this is where I'm going with you. In fact, we force you to listen to what he's saying. Ijagba came. The time of what we were forced to stand on queue. It was not because we wanted to. Mary, nobody wants to obey the law. You are made to obey the law. That's why there is an arm of government called the enforcement. That's why we have the executive arm of government to enforce the law. Tinubu does not make the law. The law is made in the House. The legislative arm of government makes the law. And the law are expected to be implemented to the fullest. And if it is to be the case, Mary, trust me, if Nigerians will do things according to how it is said, in a matter of 1 month, the huge turnaround, the amount of savings Nigeria will have will be paying people enough salary. And now today we are talking about poverty. And I'm going to let you go through some of the papers with me. Poverty is now a weapon.
Okay, now that there's this thing that is common in like Nigeria, more especially the local places. I don't know if you know of this bypass.
Bypass.
This is where the Nigerians are dealing with the discos as well. When it's time, they just bypass, and you know that one doesn't count. So by so doing, it's affecting them. And they cannot stop it because you don't know who is doing it. How many houses will you go to? There are a lot of people that they are using is not counting. The bypass, the level of bypass.
And at the end of the day, Mary, you know what I love, eh? This is what I say to everybody in Nigeria. I'm happy you pointed this out. That when I say the ordinary Nigerians are guilty, they say, oh, that Chris, we are not. I just, when I finish with the government, I'm going to come to the people. Because you choose to rape a nation. You're not raping discos. You're raping your country. Because if disco doesn't have enough money, there is no way they're going to be able to provide the electricity. Let me put it this way. If they don't generate money, there's no way. You understand? If they've generated money and you pay more, the more you get, the more you use, the more they get money, they want to give you more light, so you use more and you pay them more. Maybe, but we don't want to pay. Those people don't have the money. Tinubu will never be able to pay salary if Tinubu is not making money, or you refuse to pay your tax to Tinubu. That is on the part of the people, maybe. This is the thing. That's why I come out on that day and I said, I was blaming the government for not collecting tax. But I'm also saying to people, if you can go to church and your pastor asks you for tithe, you pay it, and you say you give the tithe to God, and you cannot give your tithe to society, you are a fool. In fact, that is where we are today. See, the Europe countries, I came on the show and I said there's need to imitate. Using the case of my dad, we need to imitate good things. Europe today is what it is because of this effective taxation, which is good for all of us. In fact, when they say let's pay tithe in the church, do you know why I pay tithe? Why I will ever pay, Mary? Not to this kind of churches. Because I believe that when we bring the money together in the name of God, we can do one mighty thing. We can build a mighty church. I may not be able to build a church. You will not be able to build a church. You understand? But if we donate that small contribution, we can then extend the branch of the church to somewhere else. We can do things. That is the reason why I think I should pay tithe. We can propagate the gospel better if we pay tithe. But not the gospel I'm paying, not the tithe I'm paying for for that your Baba. When say if you not pay tithe, you will go to hell. As calm as he is. I'm talking of the redeemed man. For him to tell us that we'll go to hell for not paying tithe.
You know that if he's that one, if you meet him today, he will back it up for you. You know, it is one thing to be able to back up whatever you're saying, and it's another thing not to have a clue of whatever you're saying. Now, I know you can actually go against what he said. Me, I will not lie, I'm not that of a tithe person. I can't really tell you that I see it as a culture that I must give tithe. But you know, if you see the way these pastors defend their tithe issue, they will give you the place in the Bible. They will tell you, they'll give you certain this thing occurrence that has happened that will make you understand that tithe is important. You understand? So that's just it. And meanwhile, we are now in a world whereby you see other men of God trying to tell you that people are preaching about tithe. Meanwhile, they are not preaching salvation, which salvation is also important for we as Christians.
Maybe
and that
we
is
go
why
to church to serve God. We go to God for salvation. Jesus Christ came for salvation. Jesus Christ did not come so that we pay tithe.
But you know that what has killed the church is doctrine, Daddy Chris. The church doctrine is what has killed the church, because there are some doctrine, you understand, that does not go well for people. Instead of we to say we are going to church, focusing on just what the Bible says, we are focusing on the word of God. Now to put up their own doctrine, and by so doing, we are not worshiping doctrine, rather we are worshiping God. You understand? The church is just like a body, but look at it, we're not
what the
worshiping the church
pastors
and
are saying
doctrine.
now, that we are coming out criticizing men of God. That is the language they use. You know what I said to them?
That's it now.
Please, I'm using the Bible as an example. I don't go outside the Bible. Everything I've ever said, I call it from the Bible. The only time Jesus ever got angry and he raised his hand, Jesus fought. Sometimes they think it's a joke. The man was fighting. When?
It was only by selling in church. But now let me tell you this thing. Now the Pentecostal church are criticizing the Catholic church for, because they said the Catholic, they make sales during the harvest and bazaar. They see it as if they are now better, but that they don't practice sales in church. If you go to them, you see the way they criticize the Catholic church, because they make sales in bazaar. So then they have to transfer everything, thinking that everything is all about the sales that the Catholic church do during the harvest and bazaar. But they don't stick to the fact that even as long as they'll tell you that bring money for church building, bring money, let's build church schools. All of them is still a way of collecting and drafting money from the people, because it's not like even the poor masses in that church can actually go to the church school. No, you build a church school at the end of the day.
Mary, in fact, thank you, my daughter, for that beautiful analysis. Today I really don't want to look at the church, because sometimes these guys now, they don't turn their bad eye. They won't turn and kill at the Chris. If they get weapon, they will not shoot me, because not be you create me, you cannot kill me. If you like, I like what Erofai was saying. Erofai saying no say good die. This not be this man. What do you name? That's your pastor. The winners. If they say he do this, Erofai say I know say I go die. Tell me the day when I want to die. If you be God, my friend, get out. You see, they are so stupid. At that decrease, I'm 57 years old. Come see, gray hair, full year. I be your mate. Some of them say, if we did the same place, well, if we did the same secondary school, you go smart past me. Who are you talking to? You understand? Some of these things we are seeing now, some of them are village fools. Some of them are village fools. They only carry Bible. Some of the children, when I born yesterday, when I train, I don't teach them. Now they come, they teach Bible, come they teach me. I go, maybe that's one day we get problem. Let's leave religion. What I'm saying is that if a pastor could convince you and you pay tithe, and you cannot pay tithe to society, you are a fool. Maybe what I say tithe, if you did not pay your electricity wisely, if they say this is the amount you're supposed to pay, you say you will not pay, you are cheating yourself. Not even God this time. I think you go say they cheat God. But at the decrease they tell you are cheating yourself. The reason I know
that is why, whether we like it or not, there are still people that strongly do not believe in the church till today. And they will give you a lot of reasons why they cannot believe in the church. And you cannot fight them.
Well,
Mary,
why do I believe in organized religion? Anyway, why do I have to believe in organized religion? One reason. I always say one thing, Mary. I went to church. The last time I went, the last 20 pounds in my pocket, I dropped it. You know why? If there is no church, no place where people gather on Sunday, where will people praise God? Because the only food God eats is praises.
It's praises. That's true.
Understand? So for that single reason, I always say, okay, let's see have organized religion. But you will not use me using in the name of God. I will not allow it. The money I will give will be measured. Believing that you will use that money for the good of the church to propagate. So that people will gather and praise and maybe even church is a good thing, because we talk to our conscience, what the law cannot do. Mary, let me tell you one thing that happened in England. I really want Nigerians to understand this. There's something called law of equity. It's different from the law of the land, the common law. We call it the common law. Meaning, Mary, if you kill somebody, the penalty is death. There is a penalty to it that follows the law. But when equity came, Equity will look at whether the harshness, that this law is too harsh. You say, okay, the person has killed somebody, maybe he's made a mistake or he didn't know what he was doing. Must he face the same penalty as others? Because the law says if you kill, the penalty is this. Equity will say no, because he did not plan it or he did not premeditate it. These are the things. You understand? There's so many things. Anyway, if you kill unknowingly, it's not killing. But if you really commit the crime and the circumstances is not as harsh as the other one, that the other killers that go on the streets and just shoot people, we would say no. Equity says that he should be punished less than the other man. That is, equity kind of dilute the offense. Look at the fairness of it. Meaning moral things. Churches have a place to play in society. There are some things the ordinary law cannot do. I cannot appeal to your conscience better than when God appeals to you. That's why when I come on the show, I don't follow the law, maybe. I use what God say, because I believe that the law is there. You know the law. Maybe I should not be telling you what humanity says. For those of you that don't believe in God, I would say what humanity is saying, that if we live together, there is need to have neighborness. We are neighbors. And if we're going to live together, then you must care about me. I care about you, because me and you, we're breathing the same air. It's not by accident. That is the air we breathe is the same air. If you pollute the air or I pollute the air, it's going to affect me and you. So there is need for us to always agree on how we're going to use the air. We're going to use the same road, Mary. There's need for us to agree on how we use the road, because we're already living together. So for that simple reason, there is that covenant between man to man. Neighborhood covenant may not be written. It is implied that neighbors will care about one another. They will care about the environment they use together. Mary, there are things I want to throw out on my street now. I will not do it, not because I cannot do it, because I say, oh, it's going to hurt my neighbor. This will not be good for my neighbor. You understand? Even if I don't care about me, I have to care about how it will affect others. And when we bring that in, that is where the church. So I don't try to push God, but I try to preach it from that humanity point of view. We as a people, we lost it. You said you want to be well paid. You're not ready to work. You're not ready to put in the hours. The question I ask people is, where is the government going to get that money? You understand? Nigerians, I want to be well paid, and I'm saying it. Okay, you're using electricity. You don't want to pay the money. How will these people raise money to get you more electricity the next day? The somebody I gave you today, you short change them. The next day, everybody short change them. Would they fold up? By the time they fold up.
Immediately that time that government announced that they will be increasing electricity tariff. Did you see where Nigerians are replying? The citizens, they say, and the government should know that they'll be increasing bypass, and Nigerians will continue to bypass. And I think the level of bypass is not too much. It's alarming, because according to the NEPA people, they are complaining. You understand? That is affecting them.
Mary,
because they don't even know where
who are we fooling, Mary? But at the end of the day, who are we fooling? You bypass, you don't have electricity. Today, I doubt if you have electricity in where you are. And in that case, who are we really cheating? Is it the people that provide you electricity that can no more provide because they fall out of business? They cannot do, they're not going to steal to give to you. It's what they get that they're going to give back. The government of Nigeria cannot give you what they don't have. That's why they borrow.
And you cannot, yes, you cannot give what you don't have. That's the truth.
You said, Mary, this is what I'm saying. We've said if one federal government to pay ₦1 million, I think it's too small. But Mary, is the federal government of Nigeria making ₦1 million? No. Why? That should be the question. Not you must pay me. I expect the intellectual. That's why I was so angry with ASU. ASU to be sitting down federal government and I said, Lam, it's time to talk productivity. You need to get your dirty hands out of certain things. Let us run some. Let us do some. You understand? So that we can be. Mary, there's no way Tinubu will not be able to pay 70,000 naira. They will not even pay. Because if they pay the state governor, and when he won't become rich man tomorrow. He don't know when he won't die, but he's gathering more wealth. Is it that one? Is that Tinubu that is already tired? Go to Tinubu house, look at the number of cars. He's still taking more. Is that man that's going to change? No.
They don't think about this. You that is talking about maybe that they will soon die or they are old. You should know that these people that are thinking about generation to come. It's a
Maybe,
generational wealth that they are building that increase. It's not for
maybe
them.
who can build generational wealth? And this is what I'm going to say this, Mary. Maybe it's an opportunity for me to just touch on it. If you ask me, which is the best inheritance for my children, I will say a better Nigeria. Not what I have. Let me explain this. In England today, Mary, I have 2 boys. I'm not worried about them because I know they're growing up in a society. If they just need to finish their school, I don't even need to pay school fees. You see, the difference is the government will provide the primary and secondary education. By the time they go to university, they can actually get a loan to finish their university. And when the boys start to work, they can then pay back. I am not bothered. I am not bothered. I am not bothered, Mary. So this is the beauty of it. You see, when you want to give something to your children, give a better Nigeria to your children, Tinubu. All the big boys, all the ex-governors, if you want to give inheritance to your child, let Nigeria be great. Then they don't need to, because if Nigeria is not great, the same country, you said you are rich, you have made it all, yet your child cannot study in Nigeria, you send him abroad. Before he will come back, maybe as they go, somebody will feed you die for road. The child will not be there to bury you, thank God.
That's anyway, true.
So the best asset I need in my life is a great country. And I say it without putting water in my mouth. If I am going to be successful, Mary, Nigeria must be successful first. Thank God that my destiny is not tied to Nigeria alone. So I am living in England. I am successful in England because England is successful. Mary, I'm okay. You know why I'm okay? If I'm sick now, they will treat me well. I can never go to bed hungry. In fact, there is nothing that I can get wrong since I'm here. It's not me, Mary. It's a society. Imagine if Nigeria were to be great. You know that, in fact, if you lose your job, you're going to get food. Let's listen to everything Liz. This guy is saying some wonderful things this morning. Then I'm going to read the papers. He said, why is he saying, are you happy that people pay outrageous electricity bill monthly and yet they don't see light? How many hours do you have a light a day in your house, madam? Now,
how can I be happy? How can I be happy? Please don't misunderstand my speech.
I have an answer to that too. My answer
will
be.
He's always having misconception anytime I talk. I hope he's listening to me. Please listen to anytime I'm saying something so you get it right before you type. What I'm trying to say that the quiz in essence is, even if they pay this amount, the bypass, you understand, that have been going on in different places is affecting the lights also. Because sometimes the NEPA, they will just intentionally stop bringing lights because of the bypass.
Mary, but this is so the game here. No, I see where everything is coming from, and I think I understand everything. You are blaming the people for not giving you electricity, so for that way you choose to bypass. Now, this is the thing. It's cycle 22. Now they don't have enough money, so they cannot give us light. So who is going to lose?
At the end of the day, let's do it right. Because the bills they bring, truly, what he's saying, the bills they bring for electricity that increase is much. Sometimes you'll be asking, what do you use this light for?
They cut our electricity in Lagos.
Yes, because the bills are much.
Maybe there's nobody, only one person in the big house. There's no way I can use 40,000 in a month. But I paid 40,000.
They bring out bills. I cannot dispute that fight. I cannot dispute it. But as bypass solve any problem? It has not solved any problem.
I agree.
We have continued to have light issues.
And you see, I say, have you thought of those using estimated billing with meters? With meters,
the same meters that they work on, or the same meters that they can still disconnect and do their bypass.
How do they think they will survive this? With this, this is the thing, and I want us to understand this. This is where the government payment of salary, the salary comes in. How can, maybe on a good day, how can somebody on 70,000 naira pay the electricity bills of today with 70,000 naira. I'm not talking what we were earning before. 70,000 naira. You're going to pay electricity bill, which is something you need. Fear not, they let you iron clothes. Where are we coming from? But you know the truth. The people providing electricity will not be able to provide electricity if we don't pay. So it's up to us now to decide. They cannot provide it if we do not pay. And it is their right to choose how much we pay, because that will be the amount. Government is regulating it anyway. So
That
they don't
is, in
just
essence, the problem is the bills, the electricity bills are much. Like the bills they bring monthly is too much. It is too much. That's what I'm saying in essence.
yes.
You
I think
understand?
we all agree. No, we agree. He said, go to developed countries. This everything is nobody is bypassing because they pay for light and they get it. So nobody have time for bypassing because things are
That's the
done
truth.
right. Let me say
That's the
this:
truth.
they do shit here. If they have chance, they will shit. Let me tell you, I'm Daddy Chris. If I have chance, would I cut my electricity? I will cut and down. The truth is, I cannot do so. And even if I do it, if they get me, I'll go to prison. Do you understand? There are penalties, which is important, Mary. What we're saying today is, I think we're all agreeing on the same thing. This electricity tariff is not really the topic. It goes down to the poverty. You impoverish people.
This one,
Now,
we are even
people
talking about the
don't
pharmacies. But
right.
my question is, why is it that the government parastatals are still owing for electricity? Are they supposed to owe for electricity? Because I feel like they're beyond that.
Yes.
We are even talking about the pharmacies. What about the government parastatals? Why are they owing for electricity?
Yes. The government is, of course, government is, Mary, you don't get it. You don't get it. The question you ask, does that department of government, do they make money? Are they going to pay? No, that's the simple things I ask.
And I
You
don't.
know, when I ask the question, nobody want to listen to this. Are you making money? Ministry that is not paying, as the ministry made money, they're only waiting for federal government to bring small allocation to the PAMSEC, who will pay the bill. You understand? PAMSEC, if federal government not bring money, PAMSEC not go see where Colombia home, they can't pay the bill. So the amount, you see, we choose to be poor, Mary. The bottom line is we choose to be poor. For the federal government not working to make money, down to the ministry is not making money. And that now is affecting everybody. Now everywhere is war. That's what Bob Marley talking. They say now everywhere is war. That's why people are ready to come out on the street to protest hunger. Let's read what my guy is saying. People do not bypass because of the lack of light. Get the fact right, please. People bypass because they pay for light but don't get the light, and they are forced to pay outrageous bill. I cannot disagree with that. My guy, what my question is, what are the
Very friend, what is not listening? He's just typing.
not
Like
paying?
he's not listening. He's only typing because it's the same thing we are saying. We are talking about the outrageous bill now, right?
Mary,
That they have
he's
been
a
bringing.
very
That's why
smart
they
guy.
bypass. So what's the difference between what we are
Very
saying?
happy with this guy
Yes,
here now. Very
please
really
listen
smart. That's
carefully.
what he's saying. He's not just typing. He thinks well. And Mary, what we are saying the same thing. We are agreeing the same thing. That's the truth. The bottom line is,
He's the one that is misunderstanding the whole thing that he Chris. What's the difference in what he just said now? It's not the same outrageous bills you are talking about. Before we do
yes,
bypass when there's no light. It's not because of
no,
light, it's because of the bills.
yes.
So which part, sir, do you want me to get?
No, but
Or do you
I
want
think
me to get?
I'm the one that you guys should be fighting here, because I'm saying that you don't have right to bypass. And because if you bypass, they will not have enough money to pay. But there's another narrative here. They are only bypassing because you don't give them the light. That's the thing. Who can be blamed here? I know you're not just typing. No, sorry, everything, Liz. You're my man. You know, it's one of those things we see. Mary is just talking. Mary is typical young girl. All right, and I agree. But let's not take this very personal, because we are on the same part here. I want us to understand that we are against a force. Tomorrow or next tomorrow, our young people want to go out on the street to protest this, what we are talking about today. When we say hunger, poverty. This is an example. Lack of electricity is poverty. It's what we are protesting. That we want electricity in our homes. We need water, good water in our homes. All these are what we are protesting. But the question I ask again and again, if I were to be them, the people protesting, I'll be saying one thing. Let us all go and work. President, go and work. How about telling President Tinubu that it's enough of him relying on oil? He should go and work and make more money. That is what I want to see. I don't want to see people just coming out
now. That is, he has been traveling. He's traveling, not work. He has been traveling from one country to another. So it's part of his work. It's part of his job that he's doing.
Yeah, let me read what everything they said there. He said people using estimated billing without meters pay so much, but still do not get the light. How do you think a civil servant will pay a bill of 30K, 40 or even 50 every month?
That's true. That's true.
We are saying the same thing. You see what I'm saying?
It's the same thing. That's what I'm saying.
We can pay that amount of money.
Not the same place. We are all saying the same thing.
You understand?
Yes.
There's no way. And that is the question. The question is, that's why we said, if we are well paid, then we can pay this amount of money to the electricity provider, who will in turn provide the electricity. I'm sure the electricity provider, they have their own story. Now, Mary Riley said that some arms of the government are not even paying them. Now we all know that most of the ministries are owing. The police are owing. I don't know. But let me know, because they're going to say that Chris, you said it on international television.
The police headquarters,
the guy said you are owing. These people say you are owing because of that. They don't have enough money to provide electricity for the masses. This is another narrative, Mary. And I want us to be very careful here. When we're blaming the providers, we're going to ask ourselves, why? You see, oh, I love this. When you study some courses, they'll tell you mathematics say 1 + 1 is 2. 1 + 1 can always be 2. There are cases where 1 + 1 can be 10. The question is how and why. I always want to know why. Why is it that people cannot provide electricity? Now, let us think here. Me, you, and everything, let's think together now. Do you really think, and I really want to ask this question, it's a very big one, Mary, and this is a big one. Do you think President Tinubu knows what to do and he's not doing it? Is he a wicked man? Is that what you really see in him? So, as you answer that question, answer this question. Do you people think that these people have electricity to provide for us? They can just press the meter and there will be constant electricity and they don't give it to us? Do you think if they really press the button and it will be light 24 hours and they don't want to do it, is that what you really think? Now, I leave this for you too. Mary, let's start from you. Do you think President Tinubu is such a wicked man that knows how to feed Nigeria? There's enough food and he don't want to do it. Number one. Number two, do you think this electricity provider to bring this more home, if they just press the button, there will be light? There will be light and they don't want to give us light. Is that what you people really think? That's my question.
So that means, so where is the problem coming from then?
Good.
Where is the problem coming from?
It comes down to one. It comes to one thing: productivity. You understand? Tinubu is guilty of not being productive. He's not a wicked man. You see, Buhari is guilty for not being productive. He's not a wicked man. These are weak leaders. Nigeria need. Ah, God. All right, I'm gonna follow everything great, but I really want us to treat this. I want every Nigerian listening to this show to answer this question today. It's like you are telling me, Father, that I don't want to give food to my children. And even when I have the food, who does that? Mary, come on. Come on, Tinubu is not that wicked. These men lack the understanding that the only problem we have is because we are not making enough money. If Tinubu wants us to starve, why is he borrowing? Because only a good father will go and borrow money to feed his children. Baby, I don't have food for my children. I will go and borrow to give to them. knowing that the children will be the one to pay. It doesn't matter, but I have to feed them today. That's not playing politics. That's a weak father. That our president is weak is different from they are wicked. So exactly what I want to say to this electricity provider. They do not have electricity to give to us. The reason they don't have the infrastructure, they are not making enough money. That's why they are trying to increase it. Unfortunately, it's only you and me that is suffering. The government is not paying electricity. From what we've just found out. How careless can that be? And I want to read there. I want to read more from this guy. Let's stick to the electricity. That's a big question of the day. And I want to stick to this. It said the Greek collapse can be attributed to the following major factor. Low water level, number one, at the hydropower, low gas supply at the gas power, and fire at the large power generating station. My guy, that is not an excuse. If Nigeria had been using the resources we have, we would have had, what did I say? Meaning the electricity people do not have it. You see my point? He has everything has made a point. It's not true that when they press the button, there will be light and they refuse to press it. No. The truth is they don't have it. You can't give what you don't have. And now we are fighting over something. What we should be talking about is how could we generate more electricity? And Mary, if this is the question we are addressing, if that is the topic in the house, in our national debate, if our legislators are discussing this, not who is not giving electricity, how do we get electricity ready for distribution? That should be the first thing we should be talking about. The young man just said, with low water, how do we address that? I remember the one we had in Sapele, the Kenji Dam. Water is falling. They use that to generate electricity. Mary, do you know how many waterfalls that are wasted in the country? We can count millions of them.
Honestly.
Sometimes we create our own waterfall. Maybe the technology of the world is too easy these days for us not to have electricity. The truth is we are not productive. We are not a productive nation. The grammar, all right, I'm going to go with this guy because I really want us to understand this. So as we lay the blame, Mary, you'll find out that only one thing is responsible. And that's why sometimes I'm very slow to actually blame Tinubu. You know why? The only reason I've come down here to blame President Tinubu, and Tinubu quote me, I don't think you are a wicked man because you are too naive to be wicked. You'll be dancer, you'll be happy man, jolly. The truth is, Tinubu, you lack the capability to think well. What that means is you don't have the capability to rule a nation like Nigeria. If you come to office and you choose to be petroleum minister, knowing that all the places that would have make you money, you forgot about it. You even collect enough taxes and pay all these problems we're talking about now. If Tinubu was collecting enough taxes from those who are dead, maybe Tinubu would have given us enough electricity. Would have built infrastructure for enough electricity to be there. He's not collecting enough tax. Where is he going to get the money? The government of Nigeria is not collecting enough tax. So I know people will beat me for saying this. I'm not even talking about the poor people. I can tell you, people like the Dangote, all these big banks, they don't pay their taxes.
Now, you just leave Dangote. Dangote is fighting his own. The man is going through a lot right now. So that's including this problem.
You see, now everywhere is war. Bob Marley was so... Bob Marley said it all. He said
he's going through his own. If you watch some of his interviews these days, I bet you pity him. He's going through his own stress right now. Dangote.
You see, the truth is we fail to understand that nobody is going to be free at the end of this. It's either we are all free or not one of us is free. It's like maybe pollute the air. The air that you have now, we did the same room. That small room, somebody mess. Now everybody go smell am. Not be one person. You never see gas for better gas for room. If person everybody the air is polluted. Nigeria air has been polluted. We need to clean it. And cleaning it is gonna need more than laying this kind of blame. And I really want us to understand that our problem today is not Tinubu as a wicked man. It's Tinubu as a weak president. And I can stand and defend it any day. But Tinubu can change. He can learn now. Say, okay, now, you know what we do? I'm not going to be Minister of Petroleum alone. I'm going to be Minister of all. That is my job. I will oversee. I make enough money from oil. I make money from gold. I make money. Meaning, this electricity, if electricity is well provided, meaning this company will be making more money. They will pay more tax to the government. It's in the government interest. Tinubu does not want the electricity not to be supplied. The only problem is Tinubu does not know. He does not even have the infrastructure anymore. He doesn't have the money to do it. And he's not thinking along that line. How do I make money? Maybe somebody that said the children are hungry, let's bring in more food from abroad. Is that not the most highest of stupidity? We don't have money to eat. And now we are looking for money to come from to go and import food. You're doubling your problem. Let's read a little bit from this guy. You're making me smile. I'm smiling. And he said the Water Resource Institute is very. I told you this man.
No, he said the word. He said the word resource.
I'm gonna say the number with this guy. Say over 85 Nigerians do not have access to electricity, making it #1 country in the world with citizens living without electricity provision.
This is just the truth. That's just the truth, Daddy Chris. That's just the truth.
And this is sad.
Every sector. You can imagine
these water resources now. The question I ask: don't we have enough water for in Nigeria? If you look at the dam, now there will be flood. I'm sure we can channel that water. That is not a problem to us. If we choose, we can channel the water to begin to channel electricity. The water that don't know where to go to, that is going to come and take over our land. If we use it well, it becomes to generate electricity. It can be done. It's thinking and putting it to work. He said, the guy went further and said, go to some villages or state, you will see that in 2 to 3 months, no flash of light, and yet they pay electricity bill. Go to Asaba, go to some part of Ebony, even Benin. Why is everyone buying solar? Ask yourself. I agree.
That's the truth. Even some estates here in Abuja, they buy solar. Most of them are making use of solar. You understand? Everywhere has light issues. Everywhere.
And that's just this is my pain. You know why I'm so pain? Why this is so painful? Imagine now, say, oh, I said we can solve our problem. And sometimes when I don't tire of government, I want to make only community solve their problem. You know why? Do you know if the money that is given to River State, the amount of money when Wike take dance, if Wike has created that electricity, solar power, because the Rivers is earning money like Delta State, they are like that. If they have created solar power and supply electricity to their people, and they collect this tariff, the state will be making money. Now, it's nothing wrong if a state governor chooses to borrow money and create solar. What we have in Nigeria is light from God, sun to power electricity. We don't need this waterfall. We don't need the gas. God has given it to us. There is no nation on earth that have enough sun like Nigeria. Meaning we can keep generating electricity to feed ourselves and we will just be paying nothing. The government just need to provide the infrastructure and we will enjoy electricity forever. Because God provided it. The source is not from water. We're not saying it's from coal. It's from the sun, which is getting too much on us. There's too much electricity. There's too much sun. But we couldn't convert that to electricity, Mary. We are saying there's no light. Look at where you are. NTA of all people, sometimes they don't have light. It's a cause. We need to address it. See, Mary, I cannot sit down here and agree that our problem is not the president. It's stupid. The other Nigerians are not listening. We need to address this problem once and for all. Now, I am asking Omeri, are you telling me Delta State does not have enough money to build solar plant in Asaba? Is the capital. Let's start from there. I mean, a village,
I know
solar
that
village.
we should go straight to Delta State. So of all
And
the states, Delta State that you picked.
there I come from now. That's why I know. So if if we just create a solar village, you know what will happen, Mary? A lot of jobs will be created there. The government will be making money. All they need to do is, okay, the small oil that is going to come to us, let us starve ourselves for 2 months or 3 months and use the money to bring in electricity. And we'll have that plant. That is you see, that is what you can plant for your children to inherit. Not this rubbish road you are creating. Oh my God, I'm having a headache. Mary, at the verse, I woke up this morning very sad. Let's go on a quick break. People, we need to understand our problem. Our problem is not and has never been the leaders. Our problem has not been me and you. We can fight each other. But I want to say that when somebody mess, it is smell, go smell on everybody. Nigeria is great. They have everything. We all need to go into work. Any leader will not understand that is an idiot. He should not be voted. He should not even be allowed to make a speech. And that's what we have today, the bulk of our governors. And you see now, where that dancing governor, thank God, say President tell us, say, you don't dance, rich bros. It's time to govern. But anyway, see that man, I had to want dance. No, this is not time for dance. That David brother. Now let dance.
Oshu State governor.
Dance time. If you give Tinubu chance, go back just now. Tinubu na dancer. Baba, no be time to dance. It's time to work. When we come dance in the evening, we can't be dancing in the morning. Somebody wake up in the morning, they dance. In the afternoon, they dance. In the evening, they dance. Now, what in Nigeria they do? We are dancing.
You is leave social media. They are just trying to paint it. Let it look like that is not what has been happening. How will you be dancing morning afternoon? That's not true.
I don't know.
Nigeria.
No, my conclusion. Nobody
that's what that's
what
they are saying.
As a nation, we are dancing. We're supposed to go into work. Mary, we can blame the government as much as we want. There's no time the government will be able to pay the money we are asking for. Labor, listen to me. You will hold the country to ransom for 50 years. If there's no money, there's no way Tinubu is going to steal the money. That's why they're telling you, money no deal. You see, Tinubu is coming to the table and saying, children, there's no money. This is what we have. We cannot pay this. That's what the government is saying. And I agree with them. What you'll be asking them is, okay, why don't we go and make money? Or why are you not making money? That's the question you should be asking your government. The only legitimate question is not to go on protest even, is to ask. The protest is, let us go and work, not to give us food. Because they don't have it. There's no way they're going to bring the food if they don't have it. They will only provide food if they have it. And right now, with this plan of this Tinubu, there will be no food. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the papers and we'll wrap it up today. Stay with us. Don't go away.
Hooray! All is set for the second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024. Another blend of art and culture, entertainment, business and networking activities, showcasing the best of the Nigerian music, dance, crafts, fashion and businesses. Taking place at the Gilles Square / Voltage Jazz Club, Daston, London. Postcode N168AZ. Date 28 July 2024. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com. Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or call +4407459513619 or +4420363287555. Come and experience the nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
Welcome back, people. My name is Daddy Chris, and this is Mary from Abuja. We'll be talking to you about a very crucial issue. Actually, I wanted to talk about something greater, the weapon of poverty. But again, as usual, they will always drag into things, and I always use the same analysis to solve Nigerian problem. that our problem is lack of productivity. And this is the thing I want all of us to understand. This whole blame game is happening because we are not productive. I always say to people, when people don't have money, when I don't have money, I'm always fighting. If you know around me, Mary, anytime I don't have money, I'm always angry. Because there's no money. I don't have money to spend. And I'm angry. And people, if people that understand me know that this Baba don't broke again. If Baba broke, I say they be. You understand? If you have money, you will give. Tinubu have it, will give to us. It doesn't have it. The government does not have it. I ask you a simple question. Do you think this guy have electricity? You just press it. Thank God. This guy now came out and said, tell us that. In fact, that do you know the amount of electricity that is there? That the water, only water alone, there are reasons why electricity is not supplied. That is not enough. The question I now ask is, will it be so bad if we go solar? That is, if we cannot even generate. In those days, now that they generate all this nuclear, this. Today now, solar is there to supply electricity. That's why, thank God, individuals are not doing it. The federal government is only looking. The states are not looking. The local government are sleeping. And we're going to blame them? Yes. We blame them for laziness. For their inability to think and work. Not that they are wicked. And if we understand that, then we're on the same page. Because when we understand that our problem is not one wicked person, who we know we have some wicked fools. Don't worry, those are village fools, maybe. They will die soon. I'm not worried about those who steal Nigerian money. Where's Abacha today? It's gone. You cannot carry the money. Tinubu is going to go soon. How old is he? It's about our age. We're going to leave soon, Mary. Don't worry, God is in control of the world. None of us is going to take this world away. But Mali said, none of them can stop the time. The time will keep moving. People will die. People will come. Today, their children born. People are dying. We're not going to change that. What is important is the future. I know I'm not going to be here for too long. I have a few years to live, and I'm not worried about it. I'll do my time, and I'll go. The time I'm here, if I owe God anything, is to contribute to the future. That is what I'll be judged on. You see, Mary, you know what I said? I was sleeping, and I said to myself, "Oh, this judgment where God they talk so." What would the judgment of God be like? Very funny, Mary. And this is very funny. Because the Bible, unless the Bible they mislead me, the Bible said to me that Jesus had paid my price. He don't pay the price of my sin. I'm now in one family with God. Meaning I don't feel.
But they said we should stop sinning and go and sin no more. But we kept on sinning. We've not stopped committing.
Because sin. Jesus Christ knows say when I come this world I go steal. He knows how I go sin. That's why he died. So when say go and sin no more, he no walk. You know that I'm human, I'm going to sin. It's like you tell me, say, make I not like women again. Not a lie, yo. You know, Mary, you create me, make I like woman. When I like woman, when I see woman, I will go.
That is where the self-control comes in.
No self-control.
That is where the self-control
God created us to have self-control. God created us to live in this world and enjoy. That is not the thing that's even annoying God. God is more angry when you are not productive. You see, Mary, God is angry when you are not a productive human being. He did create you here. You see, Mary, I go to the, and I don't bring her for the Bible. When God created the world finish, he don't walk, tire. Then he come create man, put on there, continue from where I stop. When you are not productive, you they make God the verse. Not be all these things one say to come in. Wait, how many things you kill? How many people you kill? You cannot kill. Maybe the person you kill said don't get peace. You understand? And who died today? Hold on, finish. It's resting.
There's one saying that if you go and this guy, they kill you. The person that kill you must end up repenting. The person that you're already gone with your sin. So that's just what you said.
Maybe when we even die, we will see now when we don't leave this one at that time, peace day. We have been blind being here. That's my belief. That's why would they so believe? Say people when they die, would they pray to them? Even Catholic Church, may they pray for us? Because even in my grandfather, that is our ancestors, because they assume a higher power. They can see things we don't see. They operate in a bigger realm. They have more power than us, maybe. The dead, they don't just die and get rotten. The body rotten, but the spirit and all of them wake up and do great things. That's why we pray to them. And we don't ask, You know, Mary, only thing that God asks us to do is to be productive. And when you are productive, God cannot stop you from getting progress. So you see, God they judge you for this world. They say, may God judge us. Mary, I want to say one big thing. People go verse. Poor people go verse for me. So you want God to judge the world, he's already judged it. If you do the right thing, you go make money, you will live well. If you are poor, you live in poverty till you die. It's displayed. America is going to continue to make money. China have turned their future around. They are now making money. India is using technology to fight poverty. They've done that. They have got themselves out of poverty. You think they're going to go to hell? Only Nigeria going to go to heaven for being poor? Where is that one coming from? You're not going to heaven. You go to hell. You are even in hell. You see, Mary, I like it. Hell. You know, what did I ask yesterday, Mary? I asked one question. Is the kingdom of God here? Maybe the kingdom of God is here. And some people are in hell and some are in heaven already. God not going to live with us past like this. Some people are living in hell now, while some people are in heaven. Some people wake up. Mary, I was walking on the street. I couldn't verse on myself. How can I be poor? I'm angry. I was angry, Mary. I was angry. Now, how can I live in this world and be poor? Look at money around me. In fact, if you see where I live now, everybody is rich. How can I be in the midst of this one and I'm poor? And I don't say it doesn't add up. So I'm going to ask myself.
Chris, what are you saying? I don't understand. Oh, you say you are poor. Okay, you are poor in London. Wow, that's cool.
Yes.
I think have you seen poverty? No, but have you seen poverty? I we don't pray to experience the type that we are seeing here. I'm what I'm saying. No.
Mary, I understand what you're saying. If they put two things for that, we'll choose one. But there is poverty still in England. People, there's beggar on the street. I'll take some picture for you today. Beggars, as you walk on the street, as I'm driving, they'll come and say, give me something to eat. So they're liars, though. There's still poverty here.
But funny enough, if those kind of people come back to Nigeria, they might even be
no, they are not. They may not be Nigerian. A Nigerian man that is here want to struggle, even as security work, anything he do, he will do, and it's going to be.
That's it now. I can't even believe that there's poverty here.
No, there is poverty, man. There is poverty. When you say a poor person, there is riches in Nigeria. People are rich in Nigeria. The only problem with Nigerian riches is you don't have peace. I mean, you might have physical cash in Nigeria, but you don't have peace. That's why it's not that's poverty. But here, I'm rich because maybe I live in a relatively safe society. If I am sick today, Mary, I am sure I will be treated. And I'll be treated with respect, with everything they can afford. Again, if the NHS in the United Kingdom does not have the drug to treat me, will they be able to treat me? The answer is no. There are some treatments here that are not free, that I cannot get. If I want to change transplant now, some people will die not because the government want to, but because the resources is not there. They are not there, Mary. It's everywhere the same. The resources, we should be thinking of how resourceful we can be. And as a nation, Nigeria should be more resourceful. In fact, we need a creative president. Somebody that can tap on what we have. Like Godwin said at the beginning of the show. The problem is we lack the capability to add value to what God has created for us. God has deposited it for us. And everywhere. In you, Mary. The amount of talent God has deposited in you. And do not close your mouth, Mary. Keep talking. You know one thing, I said something to myself today, that today, anything that is dragging me behind, I'm going to talk to somebody about it, and I'm going to ask for help. And it's going to be done. Mary, sometimes that's how you solve it.
Keep talking, not in Nigeria. Please keep talking, not in Nigeria. Because as I'm going to say, you know, anywhere you have it, they can fish you out. Keep talking, it's not in Nigeria.
Yeah,
I think if you are here, I bet if you are here, there's some things you'll not be saying. They'll come at me for you.
Let's do the Guardian first. Let's do the papers. Let's do the Guardian. Let's start with that one today. Guardian. All right. So because this one, sorry guys, we talk too much. We have about 11 minutes to the end of the show. Actually 10 minutes. So we'll do that quickly. Let's do the Guardian.
Okay, and the big story on the Guardian. We have tough times for poor Nigerians as food inflation worsen malnutrition. And that story is on page 6. of the Guardian
And where are
newspaper.
these all these fine faces? All these fine faces, hungry day with them. These people, they don't eat well. No, they don't have malnutrition.
No, they are not referring to these ones you are seeing now.
Eh-heh.
It's not this one. It's not these ones that are suffering from the malnutrition. These are the big men in the country. Okay, 100 under 5 children die every hour. 2 million suffer acute malnutrition. Nigeria loses $1.5 billion of its GDP to malnutrition yearly. UNICEF urges federal government to introduce food subsidy, reduce taxes. Federal government stakeholders propose $60 million to tackle malnutrition. And you can find out the story on page 6 of The Guardian. We have another story that says NDLEA nabs Lagos drug baron after 5 years of evading arrest, and that's on page 9. Complaints against corrupt public officials up by 29%, and that's on page 30. Dangote refinery may... Should I come again?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, Dangote refinery may accelerate closure of Europe's 90 refineries, and that's on page 3. Also, we have a story that says OPS fought fresh MPR hike, foresees shutdown of more businesses. And here we have a story that says federal government resumes mass trial of terrorism suspects, and that's on page 3. Meta deletes 63,000 Facebook accounts over sextortion scams, and that's on page 4. Nance kicks as federal government slashes allowances of scholars abroad, and that's on page 4. Here we have another story that says planned protests. SGF meets Tinubu's cabinet as APC holds emergency meeting, on page 6. These are all the stories we have this morning on the Guardian newspaper.
Let me say something to this Guardian. This is what we know you to be. Yesterday, when I go follow Tom Polo, I don't know the guy who hunger when they beat you for Guardian for that to our office. How poor can you people be to evade Guardian yesterday? Guardian of all papers we look onto with Tom Polo and his announcement on President Muna Stopper. Anyway, the good story here is this: tough times for poor Nigerians as food inflation worsen malnutrition. That is sad. Again, my people, we cannot beat the president. The truth is, there is no food in the country. There is no food. That's why Tinubu is still looking to import and share. You see, it's not the wickedness of Tinubu or the government, it's the fact that we don't have it. The question we ask is, how come that we don't have food? That is the question of today. Those of you who want to protest, let your protest be directed. Let your protest be directed. Let them be focused. We have a challenge. Our challenge is not the food that is there. It's not there. If the food is there, then they don't share for me. Nah, no. If it's not there, what can the
Niger
man
State
do?
governor has come out to say that Niger State will not be part of any protest, though. You know, Tinubu actually gave them money for farming, for agriculture, to invest in agriculture. So he said that they will not be part of the protest.
I said, anything where the Greeks talk, if you think they're not, they listen. Yeah. I said, I will make the government to think. Tinubu, I go shout enough until Tinubu no say he not be president. No, and I'm not saying because you are a wicked man, because you are a weak soul. We need somebody who can harvest what God has. In fact, we don't need to plant it. God has planted it. We don't need to harvest it. You know, Mary, when you go farm, first you go clear the ground, come plant. When the time of to reap, you will come the harvest time. God has planted everything in our land. We just need to harvest it. A president that cannot harvest it is not fit for purpose. That's where we are. So, President Tinubu, I am not against you that you not have enough food, that children are going on malnutrition. You know why I'm angry with you? Because you are weak. You cannot even harvest what God has given to us. That's the problem I have with you. And it's so difficult to understand this in the long term. But you would thank, every day I say to them, you will thank me tomorrow. Look at this. You know what? We're not going to waste time with Guardian, because what the Guardian they do, we're not going to waste time. Go to Vanguard. We'll do Vanguard and we'll close. Because Guardian has proved to be irresponsible for sharing. All Guardian can do these days is do the same line with the
Guardian, that was your best.
They share money. If they're not, if not for money purpose, what has that Tompolo news got to do on the front line of our newspapers? Sometimes, in fact, I go show off what they do to the rest of the world. Guardian of 4 papers, come and see the Guardian here. Who born the person when you come buy the front page of the Guardian papers? Who born you? Now you can just come out and publish any rubbish and you think Nigeria will take it. We are all poor now. Yes, why not? We'll keep quiet. Thank God, say, idiot like me, they won't corner. I not get followers, but the small one when I talk, it will affect you tomorrow. Because whatever we do now, prosperity, they judge us. Say, I wait till the man they talk like Chris, but tomorrow they will take and judge you. Because somebody, a boy that's doing a research, will come out and do what I've said, and they say, there was a man that was countering this. Imagine, look at the level of journalism in Nigeria, and that's what's going to pick on you. For publishing that rubbish. Continue. I better go to Vanguard, make I hear better people. Vanguard refused to toe that line yesterday, so it's my man. Vanguard, let's go.
Okay, the big story on the Vanguard says hardship will handle plan protests as family matter. And this coming from federal government.
Thank God that they know they have to handle this. Like, what did I tell you about yesterday? You cannot fight protesters. It's not your wish. It's not even in your interest to fight people who are protesting. It's our legitimate right. It's the essence of democracy. And like this man said, he that refuses a peaceful change makes a violent one inevitable. If you refuse a peaceful protest, what do they look for? You're looking for revolution of the highest order, and it's going to hit you hard. Thank you for saying that they're going to handle this with no family. Meaning you will not shoot them this time, President Tinubu. You will not all shoot aside. Because this is what we need. We want to live in a society where people can come out and protest. You don't want your children, you don't be shooting gun at your own children. What's wrong with you? They have issues, discuss with them. These are kids, they are people that are angry. They have issues, just discuss. You know, if I'm president, I'll discuss with Boko Haram. They are Nigerians, they have a legitimate reason to protest. They are protesting. No, they are not protesting, they are terrorizing. That is the only problem. But still, you still need to call them. They are your children. Do you throw any part of your body away? They are all part of you. They are all, Boko Haram is part of Nigeria. We need to discuss with everybody. If Sunday go now, that one will become your brother. You cannot talk with them again. Yoruba people. The event when I get this year, that me and I get her. I have more Yoruba this year than any other people. So you cannot tell me that I'm not a Nigerian, that I hate Yoruba. Lie. But you cannot freeze on the boat and lock Kano up. Say me Boko Haram, make all of them die. Now lie. Everybody, every terrorist is a terrorist. Crime na crime. Let's go, Mary. Let's see Vanguard. See to the end, and we'll close.
Okay, the writer says pleads with Nigerians to give it more time. Southeast governors want against the nationwide protest.
Why they want it?
What did those protest
for? And what did they want us?
What did governors? No, they said that we can't withdraw from protests we didn't organize. This coming from Labour. Tells federal government states to listen to cries of Nigerians. Once against use of brute force.
No, listen to Labour first. I beg, give me Labour line. Ajero, what did Ajero talk? Bro, when he talk, he's saying not be organizer now. Make it talk.
He said he cannot talk when he's not organized. He was one that was saying that the federal government is listening to the cry of the people.
You know, no, but not stupidity. If you say you have failed, Ajero, that the moment you sign contract, you sign your covenant with your president, people are going on strike because you are not fit for purpose. Resign today. I said it yesterday. From that day, you are no more my labor man. You are not. And you will see the result. That contract, that thing you go and sign, the end of you. The union will continue, but you are out. My daughter, read the news. We will close this show today.
Okay. Threats won't work. Falana tells federal government to engage in dialogue. This coming from Rest Minority Caucus. APC, NWC appeals against protests. Summons emergency meeting with state chairman, and that's on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Okay. Here we have a story also that says, okay, this one says Ojota, Maryland bridge shut down, and you can see the picture on the Vanguard.
Yes.
We also have a story here that says Dangote stop the marketing local industries. Man cautious federal government as CSOs, religious groups, and
If I say they suffocate
of
Dangote, this government is suffocate
and that's on
Dangote
page
like
8.
that. Dangote is a very
I said
unhappy guy.
if you watch his interview, if you watch his interview, see him. Terrorism, federal government resume mass trial of over 300 suspects. And that story is on page 9. Hardship, stranded foreign scholars grown as federal government slashes allowances. And that's on page 9. Insecurity perpetrated by organized non-state actors. And it's coming from Tinubu on page 8. Okay, and okay, I think these are all the stories you have because the other ones have appeared in other papers. These are the stories you have on the Vanguard.
And I like this though advert too. I hope Labour will make an impact this time in Edo State. Anyway, people, this is where we're going to wrap this today. But Dangote, Mary, this is your Dangote, this is your boyfriend. And Dangote, these two people now, you know, Dangote, I not say maybe you kidnap Dangote, but that's Ajero. How you would the waka? Because you don't, if like say, you don't say, when you don't, when you, belly don't feel big. So, as Ajero, belly don't feel big, he can't affect his head. Because they don't give him money for making belly big. He be like me. You know, fat, the small, tiny people, so nowhere to eat put. So, na head, now he can't affect him. Because the guy is now sick. He said that first he said that government should listen to the people who want to protest. Now he's saying that they don't want to be part of what? Maybe you should read that line for me again. Make I not beat her for nothing.
No, it was still the same thing he was saying. He said that he cannot stop a protest that he didn't organize. That government should listen to the cry of people. But you understand? That's what
why is he not organizing this protest? Who is he?
I don't know. I shifted one side now.
And he has failed. You know he has failed. The country that was waiting for you, you failed. Because if you carry these people along, there's no need for another protest now. You failed them.
That's true. If they were happy with his decision, they won't be coming for protest.
Thank you, my daughter. So that is where we're going to end the show today. And we'll use this opportunity to tell Guardian not to be hungry. Because sometimes hunger is a decision. It's not true that some of us are really that hungry. Vanguard, Guardian not they hungry to be able to carry Tompolo. Anybody. Now, I'm not saying only Tompolo. You get some news and the national paper that you shouldn't be carrying. Sorry. I thank God that I'm not coming to Nigeria very soon. So they're not going to see me beat. Even though people like the Tompolo, they see me, they kill him. Tinubu, when I take everything I get from Nigeria, it don't cost me anything. Now myself, now they do. Now the children now they run. And if time will come, God will change you. God will stop you, all of you. But I pray that God give us the opportunity to understand and accept our true situation. My people, the government of Nigeria, they are not wicked. They cannot give what they don't have. Tinubu is poor in mindset. He's not a bad president. He's a poor president. He thinks like a poor man. And that's why he's relying only on oil. What we want Tinubu to do is to be working. Look at other areas, generate money. If Tinubu is doing well, we'll be smiling. So the state governors. Today we talk about this. And I said yesterday, how about the state government and banking on housing? Today I'm asking, would it be so bad if every state will build a small portion and so that it's part, when these people they fail us, we will use state own. So we pay state and this separately. If it's so bad, if the state governors, all of them have what I call the solar village to supply electricity to us, will it be that bad? Do we need to wait for the other one? That one now is something you can get locally. Individually, we are getting our solar. Will it not be so much beneficial if the state or even the local government embark on that project? It will create jobs and we'll have electricity and we'll be more productive. Rather than saying our problem is electricity. What can we do about it? These people, they will not be able to give us electricity. I asked Mary on this show today, I said, do you think this will have, they just press the light and they don't give us light? The truth is there's no light. They don't have it. They don't, Mary. That's why we end the show today. Mary, say the last thing. Thanks to these people because I got to run. A lot at stake. Say something sweet to them. Something sweet. We don't cause tire. So at least you'll be fine, guys. Say something sweet. Make you not end the show with sadness.
No. We are not going to end the show with sadness. For Nigerians, I just want to say, let's not give up. Let's keep being positive about the country. And just like the whole protest is stopping the headlines on our dailies, even if they want to go for any protest, we should stop this. Because if we keep destroying the little we have, it really does no good. Because this is us trying to have a better country for ourselves. So I see no reason why we destroy each other's property, all in the name of protest. So at the end of the day, I'm pleading and I'm saying that let's be positive and do things rightly in the country.
That's a wonderful way to end the show, Mary. Thank you so much, my daughter. God bless you. And yeah, Mary is always what it is. She's one, she's strong, little woman. I never know you're a woman already. I see you as a little child, but you're doing a great job. Thank you so much, Mary.
No father sees their child as a grown woman. They always remain little in their eyes. That's how it used to be.
Yes, you can never. And that's it, you know, you remain the little daughter. And it takes time to understand that, oh, she's not a woman. How can she be a woman? She's my daughter, for God's sake. You understand? It's difficult to appreciate that she's now grown up. Well, at some point in time, you get married and find family. But when she comes back to this house, she's still daughter. Thank you, Mary, for being on the show today. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, Nigerians, my message today was I was actually going to look at the weapon of poverty, but it takes me away. And for us to understand this weapon of poverty, poverty is a disease. It's a weapon of mass destruction. And that is what we're going through. But the truth is, I didn't want to overdwell on the poverty itself. We understand that it's a weapon of mass destruction, but the question is, how do we get here? And I said that the president is not wicked. These are not wicked people, but they are weak. Have you worked with some people? They are not really wicked, but they cannot just be productive. It doesn't mean that someone that is still able to be productive is a wicked soul. No. But you don't keep the person out of sentiment. You fire him. Maybe that's what we're going to do. We're going to fire Tinubu if he doesn't perform. Otherwise, he's not a wicked man. The truth is, has Tinubu done the right thing as a president? The answer is no. The reason I can categorically say that, Tinubu can sit down with him and I'll tell him, sir, you should be producing things. God created you, gave us everything. And I'm going to go back to what Godwin said. The question is, if it is not true, the question I ask you today is, do you have the capability to add value to what God has placed in our land? Tinubu, do you have it? First, the mental capability, are you going after that? Maybe the days of those stupid infrastructural governance that you people inherited, you need to stop. We need to be more productive. Tinubu, stop sharing oil money. Make money. Let me repeat that. Tinubu, you must stop sharing oil money. You should make money. And those of you state governor, if not me be Tinubu, now for not to get this allocation. You when they just went as local government chairman today, this same money will come. Now that one make you become local government chairman. Never think of how you want to make money. Wait for me from federal government. Una for these sweats. But I better pray me Tinubu win again, because somebody like me come, my own don't finish. Because we're going to go to work and we're going to make money. That's where I end the show today. My name is Daddy Chris, and I will be here again tomorrow, which is going to be the last day for the week, to talk to you on a very important thing and a way to move Nigeria forward. This is Srtv. Connect with us. Nigerian Week is here. I don't have enough energy to talk about Nigerian Week this morning because I don't know what it is. But it is here. It will happen. Whatever happens this year, we will take it. And we'll move beyond it next year. That's where I end the show. See you.
Hooray! All is set for the second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024. Another blend of art and culture, entertainment, business and networking activities, showcasing the best of the Nigerian music, dance, crafts, fashion and businesses. Taking place at the Gillette Square / Voltage Jazz Club, Daston, London. Postcode N168AZ. Date 28 July 2024. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradio and television.com. Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or call +4407459513619 or +4420363287555. Come and experience the nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people. Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than Srtv Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. Srtv goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your
Srtv. Innovative content.